Excited to be fighting a guy that got 2 belts, a guy that's in one of the top in the division. I'm ready to shut everybody up. Show him why I'm really like that, and he gonna see the difference, his levels.
Boots can adapt to any style, any situation, you know what I mean? We don't have to work on nothing.
I feel like I'm taking over boxing, starting June 27th. You will hear the words in the new on June 27th.
Talking about Boots being the best in the division. So if that's the case, then Xander getting this win, I mean, we would have to put Xander up there as well. Boots is going to really bring out the best of Xander. I don't think anybody has seen the best yet. And I think this fight is going to bring that out in him.
As the anticipation continues to build, Xander Zayas and Jaron "Boots" Ennis begin the road toward a massive showdown on June 27. Both fighters reveal their mindset, discuss the challenge ahead, and make it clear why neither plans on taking a step back when fight night arrives. Jaron Ennis has stepped up the training camp as he prepares for his fight with Xander Zayas, making sure no detail is overlooked. He's pushing himself harder than ever to be fully ready for the challenge ahead.
That's what I think. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think he's better than wrestling. That's when you're gonna see Boots go to. He might have to go to another level. They ain't see that high level yet. Boom, bop, bop, bop. Yeah. Soon as I stop him, I'm gonna throw that real quick. Shit. April 12. I think Boots got in the habit of, knocking everybody out. You know what I mean? Then you forget, what got you there. That jab, use that jab, and boxing move. He was doing it, though, but he was doing it like he normally do. You've seen some of his fights, and you know what I'm talking about. He got so, I think, hung up on knocking, guys out. And then he found out you can't punch. He don't care about you touching. You know what I mean? But I want to get away from that.
On the other hand, Xander is back in the training, pushing through a grueling routine while tightening up every aspect of his preparation. Xander Zayas called Jaron Ennis the toughest opponent of his career, acknowledging his experience and ambition at a new weight class. He said he expects his best performance and is fully prepared, adding that if Ennis underestimates him, he will pay the price.
He's the hardest opponent in my resume to date because, again, I feel like every fight was a step into that direction. And obviously, facing somebody like Boots, former world champion, coming up to a new weight class and wanting to be the king of the weight class is obviously challenging because you know he's coming with his best, but he gotta expect the best out of me, and I promise I'm gonna bring the best version out of Xander Zayas. It's up to him. However he wants to go into this fight, the only person that is gonna pay the price is him. Nobody else.
On the other side, Jaron Ennis also described Xander Zayas as a solid fighter and respected his accomplishments as a unified champion. However, he gave Vergil Ortiz a slight edge due to his experience, while emphasizing that the real answers will come on fight night.
Like I said, Xander is a solid fighter. I think he got a little bit more tools than Ortiz, maybe. He could box a little better. But I don't know, I feel like Virgil is the, somewhat the better fighter, but
Experience and stuff like
I
that.
think he's got a little bit more experience and things like that. But Xander, like I said, Xander not a bad fighter. He's a solid fighter. He unified champ. You can't take nothing away from him. But on fight night, them belts is coming back to Philadelphia.
Analyzing the matchup, Ronnie Shields viewed the fight as a close contest, highlighting Jaron Ennis' versatility and skill set while also acknowledging Xander Zayas as a proven champion. He gave a slight edge to Ennis based on the level of opposition he has faced, but cautioned that Zayas remains a live threat and fully capable of pulling off an upset.
You know what? This is going to be a great fight. I mean, really and truly, it's going to be a great fight. Boots has all the skills in the world. He can fight orthodox or southpaw. But Xander can really fight. I mean, this guy is not world champion for nothing. He's a world champion for a reason. And, and I know Boots is not going to take this lightly. But, I give the edge to Boots just because of the guys he's fought already. But you can't close your eyes on Xander because this kid can really go. And, if you catch him on a good night, he can upset Boots.
Ronnie further pointed out that winning a world title naturally sharpens a fighter and raises their threat level, meaning Xander Zayas will enter this fight as a more dangerous version of himself. He emphasized that Zayas will need to go deep and fully defend his championship, which in turn will demand the same level of intensity from Jaron Ennis.
Number one thing, right, is winning a world championship makes you 10 to 15% better fighter. Anyway, he don't want to give that up. So the training, everything is going to be different for this guy because he knows this is the biggest fight of his life right now. There are other big fights out there, but this is the biggest fight of his career. So, and being champion, you want to keep that. So this kid is going to dig deep as he possibly could to do everything he can to win this fight. That makes Boots have to do the same because if he doesn't, he's going to be in for a long night.
Adding to that, Greg Hackett noted that Xander Zayas already appears well established after becoming a unified champion at a young age. He added that Jaron Ennis is finally stepping into a major fight he has been seeking, while questions still linger over Zayas' level of experience. Despite that, Hackett still recognized Zayas as a legitimate champion and described the matchup as a competitive and intriguing clash.
At the same time, I feel like Xander feels like he already made it. You know what I mean? And I'm not mad at him for that because to be undisputed, not undisputed, unified. To be unified champion at 54 is so fast. It happened for him kind of fast. You know what I'm saying? I can understand the high that he's on. You know what I mean? And Boots, on the other hand, this is what he's been looking for. He's been looking for a guy that everybody say is a guy for him to be fighting. Now, some people say they don't like the fight because Xander's inexperienced, Xander ain't good enough, and this and that. But how did he? Yeah, but how did he get here? Like, you know what I mean? It's none of our faults. It's nobody's fault. It's the business of boxing. So if he's capable of being champion, he's capable of being a great fighter. I don't know what else to say or do. He's the champ right now. You know what I mean? So I think it's just going to be a great fight, though. I like the energy.
In contrast, Coach Kenny Ellis believes Jaron Ennis could secure a stoppage within 10 rounds, and potentially even sooner. He highlighted defensive flaws in Xander Zayas' style, particularly limited head movement and a tendency to remain upright, which he feels could be targeted at elite level. Ellis suggested those weaknesses could open the door for either a clean knockout or a gradual breakdown from sustained body attacks.
Man, let me tell you something. Jaron inside 10, maybe 8, maybe inside 5. I like, what's his name?
Xander.
I like him, but I noticed something with him. When he in the offense mode, his head is just sitting there. And you can go back tonight and watch all of his highlights. He don't know how to roll punches. He blocked pretty good. He got angles, but sometimes you gotta roll, and he don't roll. And if a person don't roll, you don't even have to look. All you have to do is go over their shoulder. You're gonna hit it because they don't know how to roll. KO.
Clean joint or a systematic breakdown?
It might be a body shot. Boots are bad man.
Rolando Romero also favored Jaron Ennis in the matchup, pointing to his complete skill set and commanding presence in the ring as key reasons. He also noted that Xander Zayas is still developing in his career, while Ennis enters the fight as the more refined and experienced fighter, giving him an edge in both composure and overall ring maturity.
It's hard to really go against Boots because on that one with specifically Xander, you know, I feel Xander's still young, you know? Boots is a lot older and has a lot more experience.
Meanwhile, Timothy suggested that a matchup between Jaron Ennis and Xander Zayas would bring the best out of both fighters, pushing them to operate at their highest level. He also noted that Zayas fights with genuine confidence and fearlessness, adding that a victory over Ennis would instantly elevate him to major star status.
I think that this is a type of fight that can definitely raise somebody's game in like a Xander Zayas as well. It can definitely elevate his game. But he's not afraid, I'll tell you that much. Xander is not afraid. And he truly believes in his heart that he can beat Boots. Truly believes in his heart. And it's gonna be amazing to see what happens, man, on that night. It is. It's gonna be amazing to see. And if he can pull this off, oh my goodness. A new star is born. Yeah, you know, a new star is born for sure. Puerto Rico is gonna be going crazy because they know how dangerous this fight is as well. And they respect the fact that this young man is willing to risk it all. So, you know, hey, he's young. He's 23. Hey, take a leap of faith. If he fails the mission too, I mean, he's still got a lot more years to go, right?
In addition, Tim Bradley highlighted Xander Zayas' strong boxing IQ and maturity, crediting his composure and intelligence inside and outside the ring. However, he remained cautious about the matchup with Jaron Ennis, noting that while Zayas is highly skilled, this represents a major step up and a true test of his abilities. Bradley also suggested the fight would push Ennis to elevate his performance and bring his absolute best.
I feel like from a talent standpoint, and he is talented as well. Xander has a really boxing high IQ. He does. And you can tell not only in the ring, but you can tell outside, even when he does commentary. You know, he's an extremely smart kid, or young man, I should say. But at 23, 2 belts, and you want to face that guy? Like, I'm like, man, what? If I'm managing her, I'm like, man, come on, bro. Like, calm your ass down real quick. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. Like, we can maybe beat him, but shit, we unsure. Like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Because like Boots is put in a situation in this fight to where he has to show the hell up and show the hell out.
Furthermore, Shane Mosley also believes Xander Zayas has a real chance of winning thanks to his size, speed, and footwork. However, he slightly favors Jaron Boots Ennis, pointing out that he brings too many tools along with added experience and ring maturity. Still, Mosley emphasized that nothing is certain in the matchup, adding that a victory for Zayas would elevate him to legendary status in Puerto Rican boxing.
I mean, of course, you know, they're going for Xander Zayas, you know, that's the next. And he has a good chance to win because it's bigger and he has a lot of speed and foot movement and stuff like that. But for me, I just think Boots has too many tools, man. And he's a little bit older and wiser, but he has too many tools. But you never know. I mean, Xander actually fights, so he must see something. Because this fight, if he beats Boots, it makes him one of the legendary fighters in Puerto Rico.
Karen Chukagian praised both fighters, describing Jaron Ennis as an elite-level competitor, while also acknowledging Xander Zayas as a highly skilled young boxer, still developing and improving in the sport.
I think, yeah, he's gonna stop Zayas.
How do you rate his punching power?
Very painful.
However, Winky Wright anticipated a competitive fight, pointing to the depth and strength of the division and stressing that the best fighters need to be willing to face each other. He added that legacies are made by defeating elite opponents, not by building records against lesser names. and urged both Xander Zayas and Jaron "Boots" Ennis to embrace the opportunity to prove themselves against top-level competition.
It's gonna be a good fight, man. The division looking good right now, you know, and I just want to see all the fighters fight each other, man. The best need to fight the best. That's what's gonna bring the fans to boxing, and you know, you can only be great by beating somebody great. You know what I'm saying? You can have a bunch of wins with no great win. You're just a good fighter, but you want to be great, you need to beat another great fighter. So they got the opportunity, and I hope they do it.
On the other hand, Eric Roman predicted an exciting and competitive opening to the fight, particularly in the early rounds, with both fighters likely having their moments. He noted that Jaron "Boots" Ennis is intelligent enough to respect Xander Zayas' skills, while also recognizing Zayas' size advantage and solid preparation from his team. However, Roman cautioned that maintaining a high pace to keep Ennis at bay could prove difficult over time, even if the contest remains competitive early on.
But I'm siding with my brother Bo on that one. I think that it's going to be an entertaining fight. In the beginning, you know, I would say the first 5-6 rounds is going to be competitive, mainly because Boots is smart. He knows that Xander can fight. Xander's a big kid. He's not just going to sit there and trade with him. You know, I don't know what they're thinking. They see. I know that Coach Javier, who's my boy too, you know, Centennial, great coach on Xander's side. I know they're going to have a great game plan early. But the pace that you have to keep Boots off you, man, it's a hefty price, you know. I don't know if Xander's going to be able to do that, you know, so I do think it's going to be competitive.
Eric Roman believes Xander Zayas has the skill set and durability to avoid being stopped by a single clean shot, highlighting his toughness and strong fighting mentality. He noted that Zayas is capable of digging in, trading when necessary, and showing solid all-round ability. However, Roman also pointed out that Jaron "Boots" Ennis performs at a higher level of precision and execution, and suggested that this gap could become more noticeable as the fight progresses into the later rounds.
I think Xander's too good to get hit with one shot clean and just go. I think he has a lot of heart, you know what I mean? He's Puerto Rican, he's showed that he can fight and can scrap. I think Xander does everything really good. But I think Boots does everything really great. And that's going to be a difference in the later rounds.
However, Peter Dobson downplayed the idea of a competitive fight between Jaron Ennis and Xander Zayas, calling it heavily one-sided. He said that from what he has observed in training environments and his experience around elite fighters, Ennis operates on an entirely different level and would control the matchup from start to finish.
Do you think that it's a 50-50 fight?
I think he destroys it.
And what separates him?
He's levels above Xander. Like I feel like boxing fans, they don't really know boxing because they like, this is the thing I always say, in boxing, right, we're in the gym, like, fighters are in the gym, the top fighters sparred each other before, so we know who's good and who's not good, you feel me, we know what level somebody's on, so just being in the ring with Jaron Ennis and seeing Xander, I know he's levels above them, like, way better than him.
Meanwhile, Atif Oberlton noted that he hasn't seen much of Xander Zayas, but still gives him full respect. He went on to praise Jaron "Boots" Ennis as an outstanding talent with elite level ability, adding that he believes the Philadelphia fighter is the one most likely to come out on top.
I never seen Xander fight. I gotta give credit where it's due. In the boxing world, I feel like Jaron is a tremendous talent. He has the talent that goes to show, and I just feel like, you know, him being from Philadelphia, I feel like he's going to take the cake.
And that's the breakdown heading into this highly anticipated clash between Xander Zayas and Jaron "Boots" Ennis. With strong opinions on both sides, some see experience and elite ability giving Ennis the edge, while others believe Zayas' hunger, confidence, and rise as a champion make this a real test for both men. At the end of the day, talk only goes so far. Once the bell rings, all the predictions, analysis, now it all comes down to fight night, where one fighter proves they belong at the top and the other takes the next step in their journey.